Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen again. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make puff puff. This is gluten-free puff puff, and we're going to be using sugar, psyllium husk, and then we're also going to be using flour, gluten-free flour, and you can use any brand that you like. And then we have our instant dry yeast, very important ingredient for puff puff. So let's get started. So in my bowl here, I am just going to be adding 4 teaspoons of yeast. We are doing this step and going to be proving the yeast because this is dry yeast. You need to make sure that the yeast is active. So we're just going to add our 4 teaspoons of yeast. And then we're going to add 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. Yeast like sugar, so very important to feed them so that they can grow very well. And then we add 1 cup of warm water. You can use 1 cup of warm milk if you prefer. Here we're just going to mix all our ingredients together and make sure that the yeast is well combined with the sugar and the warm water, and then we're going to set this aside and allow it to rise or to prove. Here I'm just measuring 2 cups of gluten-free flour. And now to our gluten-free flour, we are going to be adding 4 teaspoons of psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is very important, or I really like to use it because I'm using gluten-free flour which doesn't have any sort of normal binding agent. So to get that extra stretch in the puff puff and make sure everything is combined, I like to use psyllium husk. It's a great substitute for eggs too. So, but we're still going to be adding our eggs in this recipe. Here we're just going to mix in the psyllium husk thoroughly. Just mix everything in because you don't want clumps on one side. Once it comes in contact with water, it has a tendency to clump up and start forming like a gelatin substance. So it's very important to just mix everything thoroughly into flour. And now we're just going to add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can add as little or as much as you want. I'm adding just the 3 tablespoons because I've already added some sugar into my yeast mix that is proving. So now we're just mixing in the brown sugar in thoroughly. We add in our yeast mix. You can see that it has proved. You can see all the bubbles on the surface of the mixture. So we're just going to break the 2 eggs in, and then we'll add our mix in. While we're doing this, I'm just thinking of the different types of flavors you can do with puff puff. You can add peanut butter to make like a peanut flavored puff puff. You can add chocolate powder to make chocolate, or any freeze-dried sorts of fruits. I've been thinking of dulce de leche. So decadent. And that's like caramel sauce, any type of flavor that you like, really. But the classic puff puff tastes fantastic. So here we're just going to mix our dough, mix it thoroughly, and make sure all the ingredients are well combined so that it's of a nice smooth consistency. I'm just adding in some extra warm water just to loosen my dough a little bit. It's important that your gluten-free flour has enough water to work with so that your puff puff is not dry. You want our puff puff to be very moist and yummy. Hey. So it's all ready. It's been mixed and it's looking good, and we're getting ready for rising. So we're just going to cover it up. Now you can use any sort of covering that you like, cling film, foil, a clean cloth. So I'm just going to cover mine and set it aside for 45 minutes. Here is our puff puff all risen up and looking so lovely and nice. You can see those bubbles, those spaces in there. It's so relaxing just pulling this off and getting it to deflate. You can see it has risen so well. So we're just going to make sure everything is deflated, and I'm just going to mix this thoroughly. My hands are clean, so make sure you wash your hands, or you can use a spoon. So now I'm just about to fry the puff puff. There are various methods people use. I've seen ice cream scoops being used. I've tried that too. There's the index finger method, where you put it in between your thumb and your index finger and squeeze. But for this one, I like to just use my 4 or my 5 fingers and just push it out, or you can just use a spoon. Eventually the shape turns out sort of round, so I don't think you should bother too much about what your shapes look like. It's important that it's delicious and it's puff puff. But yes, some people really like that smooth round puff puff. It's always nice when you get it. Now puff puff has been frying for a while. You just keep frying this until it is a golden brown color, and keep turning it around and making sure that all sides are getting brown evenly. I am frying this at a medium heat. Oh, look at those puff puff just turning on your own, turning on your head. It's just turning, Hey, look at them, looking so nice. puff are almost ready. You can see how brown they are, a more a darker golden brown color. Make sure you strain your puff so that it's not oily. It's important to also get the temperature of the oil right, so that your puff does not soak too much oil. You don't want it too hot, otherwise it will burn, and you don't want it too cold, then it will soak too much oil. Look at this puff looking so gorgeous and so nice. Don't they look so yummy? It would be so nice with some Zobo or some really nice juice, pineapple juice, orange, or whatever you like. Look at how soft they are. Very soft and yummy. Enjoy it.